President Joe Biden, speaking bluntly to reporters, described the purported Russian killings of Ukrainian civilians as genocide.
Yes, I called it genocide because it's become clearer and clearer that Putin is just trying to wipe out the idea of even being able to be a Ukrainian.
Past American leaders often have dodged formally declaring bloody campaigns, such as Russia's in Ukraine, as genocide, hesitating to trigger an obligation that under international convention requires signing countries to intervene once genocide is formally identified. An initial report by a mission of experts set up by Organization for Security and Cooperation in Europe, OSCE, nations documents a, quote, catalog of inhumanity, end quote, by Russian troops in Ukraine, including war crimes, the U.S. ambassador to the OSCE said Wednesday. Allied leaders have traveled to Kyiv to meet with Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky, AP correspondent Charles de Ledesma reports.
Twitter posts by the leaders show them standing outside a Ukrainian railroad passenger car. Estonian President Alar Karis says in his post, "We're visiting Ukraine to show strong support to the Ukrainian people and to meet with our dear friend President Zelensky." Poland, Latvia and Lithuania's leaders are also on the trip. I'm Charles de Ledesma.
Russia will view U.S. and NATO vehicles transporting weapons on Ukrainian territory as legitimate military targets, the foreign minister told the TASS news agency in an interview Wednesday. In addition, Western countries trying to provoke a default in Russia, the TASS news agency quoted the foreign minister as saying Wednesday. He also said that Russia remained open to finding solutions to problems on strategic issues, this according to TASS. Britain said Wednesday it had imposed new sanctions on 206 individuals in response to Russia's invasion of Ukraine, including 178 who it said were involved in propping up Russian-backed breakaway regions of Ukraine. The government will also move ahead with legislation this week to ban the import of iron and steel products, as well as the export of quantum technologies, advanced materials, and luxury goods. Russia's invasion of Ukraine has profoundly changed Finland's security environment, according to a Finnish government white paper issued Wednesday. NATO membership would increase Finland's defense budget by 1 to 1.5%, according to the document. Police hunted late into the night Tuesday for the gunman who opened fire on a subway train in Brooklyn, New York, and left 10 people injured. More than 10 people injured. The search focused partly on a man said by police to have rented a van possibly connected to the violence. Video from New York showed the van being removed from the scene Tuesday night. At a news conference, New York Governor Kathy Hochul says a wide net is being cast for the suspect in the subway attack.
We did establish a gun interdiction task force, a 9-state group of individuals who come together regularly. And we believe that if this person has left the state, we'll be able to use the resources of our connections and relationships that we have with 9 neighboring states to help bring this person to justice.
Investigators stressed they weren't sure whether the man, Frank R. James, was responsible for the shooting, but authorities were examining social media videos in which the 62-year-old decried the United States as a racist place awash in violence. Israeli soldiers shot and killed a Palestinian in the occupied West Bank Wednesday, the Palestinian Health Ministry said, as troops mounted more sweeps in the territory after deadly air attacks in Israel. The ministry said the 34-year-old was a lawyer who worked for a department of the Palestine Liberation Organization that documents and lobbies against Israeli settlement activity on land Palestinians seek for a state. An official from the PLO anti-settlement unit said he had been driving his nephews to a nearby school and had stopped on the side of the road. French far-right leader Marine Le Pen on Wednesday backed closer ties between NATO and Russia, adding that if she won the presidency, Paris should once again leave the military command of the military alliance. Le Pen faces President Emmanuel Macron April 24th in a runoff election, said there should be a strategic rapprochement between NATO and Russia once the war launched by Moscow against Ukraine has ended. And recapping our top story, President Joe Biden described what's happening in Ukraine as genocide.
Hi, thank you for watching. I hope the videos are useful for you. Please subscribe to my channel using the button below.